forcing them into a panic option like roll or jump. And then you as Fox will be able to do a short 2v1 combo and simultaneously keep out the other. So it sort of becomes like 1 versus 1.5 and 1 versus 1. It's as though you actually have 2.5 people on your team at a time. And that's why stage control as a team like Fox Sheik is so important for you.
What do you say Sheik's job in this team is?
I mean, it depends how you want to play it. That's just my idealized version, and we're going to find out exactly how Red Dude Scuba does. Apparently, part of the job is saving your teammate. That up air, not able to make it back, but he did get Fox back. Now, SpoodBeest actually rather skilled in teams. One of my first steadier teammates from way back in the day. And you'll see that he's the one who taught me. Luigi holds the ground. Puff is in the air. And he does a good job of putting like double aerial pressure on and sort of keeping people at bay, where Puff sort of works her magic. Puff in teams has a similar advantage to Fox, believe it or not, in that she can maneuver around pretty safely with that high aerial mobility.
Okay, good.
Great. Yep, dangerous. Landing directly in front.
Now, what can Luigi do to wake Puff up after she rests?
Slide in anything. Slide jab, slide forward tilt. I'm actually a big fan of like slide forward tilt, and then you do a like a regular tech if you're at a high percent. So you do an OMSA tech, but you don't tech to the side, so you slide off the stage and grab the ledge. It can be pretty useful. You can actually do it on purpose as a method of transportation, which is, I think, a little bit next level. People aren't too into that right now. That's like in the Fox Peach team, I'll often use Peach's down smash as a way to get across the stage.
Okay,
yeah, that sort of thing. Okay, and you can see here, SpoodBeest is pretty aware of exactly what it is, the type of positioning that Fox Sheik want to take to have a huge amount of success, and he's sort of trying to get in the way of that, and that's really important. Ooh, I like the forward air pickup from Roboticphish. By the way, Roboticphish not on Falco. So, I mean, I don't follow the scene that closely, so Avero may have switched long ago, and I don't know it.
I know the last Rocky was playing Falco in singles, so maybe it's just a doubles pick?
It could be. Puff is rather good in teams. And a lot of Falcos don't like Falco in teams, so there you go. Okay, Archile in danger. That's it for his stock. And now a 2v1. Sheik not the worst 2v1 character. Definitely not the best. A grab release to rest. Looks like they've been talking about that one. I did see Roboticphish and SpoodBeest practicing on stream earlier in their friendlies. You know what, I'll do that later. So what went wrong for Red Dude, Scuba, and Archile? I feel like they didn't go in with a solid game plan. And here's the thing about, like, in singles, it's often good to keep yourself flexible. The problem in teams is you and your partner need to be on the same page in order to get as much value out of the team as possible. And you could do a whole bunch of different things. I mentioned the way I like to play Fox Sheik. Some Fox Sheiks like to have Fox go in, and then Sheik kind of hangs out at the ledge. Fox slings them back, and then Sheik sort of kicks them off the stage over and over, and that's how they build up damage while Fox takes up time. And it looks like that's more akin to what Rad Dude, Scuba, and Archile want to do.
Right. You did mention earlier that Brett likes to stay on the ground.
Yes.
And he's been doing a really good job of that, I've been noticing.
Yeah, he sort of threatens this long zone by staying just outside of his opponent's range, but he can slide in at any time. So a big key to shutting him down is going to be to put out some preemptive hitboxes, possibly like some fade-back neutral aerials from Fox, and that'll keep him contained. Once you get Luigi in the corner, you can just continuously box him out, and then Puff is forced to approach, and you can take advantage. I did notice earlier, this was actually quite a while ago, so you might not remember this scenario, but Rad Dude Scuba did a full hop aerial in and held shield, knowing that he was in trouble. Oh, no, it was Archile. Rad Dude Scuba noticed that Archile was in trouble and comes in and hits the shield with a slap, so it's an extended hitbox, and it gets Archile out of there. They still ended up getting punished for trying to escape, but, you know, it was the thought that counted. It's a good tactic to use. Okay. Oh, no! Archile, I think, had the right idea. He was standing in the perfect spot. An interesting choice from Roboticphish. Rollout definitely really cool. Has that down air, sends Sheik off the stage. Sheik always has a difficult time getting back, and it's Archile that kills him. Friendly fire on. These guys have been hitting each other with up airs. Okay, right there, one of my favorite. Okay, killed anyway. Okay, so they were more aware. Rad Dude Scuba knows that he can go get the edge guard, while Archile finishes the stock with a charge up smash. Come to think of it, he was near 50, so fully charge up smash on Stadium should do the trick.
So they're doing much better this game, I'm noticing. What do you think the adjustment they made was?
Well, I think they're not crossing over each other as soon as I say that, see? I did notice in the first game with a little less space, they were crossing over each other more often. So here's the thing in teams. And that's one of many things that are going differently, of course, but it's the one I choose to point out as a commentator. You have to sort of trust your teammate to do what he's got to do in the front. If you try to cross over him with a move, you might hit him. You're probably going to cross wires. And the only exception to that is when you want to choose a favorable engagement, and so you say something like switch, rotate, I'm rolling out of here, something, and then you switch spots. But it seems like a lot of the times, like Rad Dude Scuba does a very good job there, not running off the stage with Fox because there's no reason to cover the same option.
Right.
So yeah.
That works.
That's more or less what I imagine. They got a few earlier kills on Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I noticed they kept Brett a little bit more in check that game.
They did that as well,
they
yeah.
didn't let him just wave dash forwards and backwards and hit them a bunch of stuff.
And, you know, they were playing a little less on the platforms, too. And there's this interesting thing. There's a lot of games that have air to ground, ground to ground, air to air, right?
Yeah.
Luigi has ground to ground, and Puff has air to air. And Puff kind of has air to ground, too.
All right.
Obviously, they're the weakest on the ground because Luigi doesn't really have ground to air.
Yeah.
And so putting all of your eggs into the proverbial ground basket is going to have more people on the ground than they would be able to handle, or more people in the air, you know. So maybe that has something to do with how they're containing them. Okay, right there, I like, I should say, I don't like very much how Archile sort of crossed up the red teammate. He could have stayed like red, blue, blue, red, which is a very strong position for blue team with that much stage in the center. Then they can choose their engagements. They might get a 2v1 if one of them wins in a situation, and if one of them loses, they can bail them out. Instead, he runs a little bit farther, and you see more of a neutral exchange.
That was a really good interaction on the right there, which you saw with the Sheik.
There's your answer there. Wave dash jab to wake up Jigglypuff.
Okay, good.
Okay, that does finish it.
Yep.
And, you know, it might be a pretty popular tactic that... Okay, let's just look and see what happens there. It's not as intuitive for singles players. You let the Puff stay asleep, and then you punch the other guys who tries to come in. Blue team tries to do both, knowing that Sheik will be able to finish the kill with an up smash, and then Fox, stays off to the side to try to stop Luigi from coming in. Worked out fairly well. They didn't get the double hit, so they didn't also hit Luigi, but still effective for killing Jigglypuff.
Right.
Right there, Puff falling down. I think he might have been able to scoop him with an up tilt. Instead, he gets hit. Still a low percent, not a big deal. Up throw rest, that one's going to hurt. Not a huge punish, but at least Rad Dude Scuba gets hit. In fact, I would have liked if he did like a tomahawk and fell and then punished Luigi for trying to go up there and rescue his teammate.
Okay.
But, you know, that's kind of a mix-up scenario, so what you got to do? Most people go with their instinct in teams because it seems to them that there's so little time to perform. Okay, I like the drill. Yes, so that was sort of like what we're talking about right there. They get a neutral exchange win on Luigi. Oh, wow, second hit up air. They get a neutral exchange win on Luigi, and then Rad Dude Scuba is able to simultaneously wall out Puff in the air with the threat of a back air, and then come in with a forward air when Luigi is sent his way.
Good.
And they are winning the match so far. Might be considered a slight upset, right? I guess Roboticphish and a slight one. I mean, neither of these teams are steady, so you can't say in that sense, but just in terms of single skill.
Yeah.
Just a slight one, you know. Yep, throwing, dangerous in teams. Some might even say you're throwing. You're just in so much lag from doing it. And you can use the throw invincibility, sure, but nonetheless, you have to be really aware of how you're using it. Sharing the ledge, I like it. And you can see Roboticphish rising above the ledge with back airs, making a little room for his teammate. He is still alive. This is now possible. This could be, this is the last couple stocks, assuming this is best of 3. Okay, red team split up. Blue team playing it very well. Rad Dude Scuba saw that Fox had lost an exchange. He goes in for the other side to try to punish him, unable to do so. That could have been... Okay, yep. He knew that he couldn't get an up air. I like the reaction from Archile, just getting the back air instead of an up air. Couldn't quite finish it. And all of a sudden, we're at a 2v1. Puff is often considered one of the best 2v1 characters. You can fly around, you don't have to take risks, and eventually you'll get some hits. The forward smash, maybe not the move you want to use very often. Rolling out of there. But you definitely want to take your time. You want to frustrate your opponents. I actually would... I promote ledge camping in this scenario, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know what? Rad Dude Scuba and Archile able to take it over SpoodBeest and Roboticphish.
Now, what do you think of the stages that they picked?
So they started on Battlefield.